In the Nandi Hill video, we flew a few planes up to the top of that hill to rescue a person who was stuck up there. Now, of course, we can't just fly up there and call it a day. We also need to fly back down in order to rescue both them and ourselves from said top. Of course, I recorded that session for the Cessna C172P right after I finished the rescue flight. So, here goes, the part of the Nandi Hill video that you didn't get to see.
There we go, perfectly smooth landing, and I basically stopped just in time. Now we've picked up the person that was stuck on here, and it's time to return back home. One slight problem though. The reason we're able to stop so fast in the first place is because this place has like ridiculous amounts of friction. And when leaving this place, that is not gonna do it. Fortunately, we're in FlightGear land here, and let me throttle down for a little bit because I have a very secret weapon to show. And that secret weapon is called Control U. That could have turned into a spin very, very easily. But now we're up in the air again, thanks to the power of teleporting out by like 1,000 feet, and it's time to go back home. There's actually a highway that can lead us all the way back, and I think this is the one. In fact, I'm very positive this is the one. We can follow this road for a really long while, and then it will eventually lead us all the way back home. Let's set up the autopilot to do that right now. Right, so we're in roll mode, vertical speed is 0, and we're going to set a heading bug to the correct heading, which is like right about there. Turn on heading mode, and now we're also going to change the altitude setting here back to around 45. In fact, I think that alert was there because we were really near to that altitude. Actually, I'm going to make it quickly make it 46 and just make a vertical speed a slight climb just to make things a little bit easier from the autopilot to reason about. And I'm going to push the speed up to 120 knots again because I want to get there pretty fast. We don't know if this guy has some medical injuries. Road seems to curve weirdly there. I guess that's a neighborhood that the highway just decided to curve around. Now this area actually has a slightly newer airport than the one we took off from. However, it is so new that the FlightGear database does not include it, unfortunately, which means that you can't even see it out here. So we are basically forced to use the old one with only one runway. Either that or go to the big airport, which is quite a bit far away from here. I can see something up ahead there. I hope that's our airport because this is taking a pretty long time. Yup, that's the airport. That's the green thing in the middle there. So yeah, let's just very, very quickly slow down. Because at this point we'll need flaps 1 and a descent down to a more reasonable altitude. In fact, we've been cruising here on flaps 30 this whole time. Oh my goodness. How isn't that darn thing broken? So that's why the plane is struggling on max throttle. I was initially on there because to reduce the speed I need on that initial drop, but I forgot to retract it. That's why checklists exist, peeps. Alright, so now that we got the airport in sight, let's set up a random visual approach. Kind of kaitaki. We're going to... Oh, what now? We're going to basically turn right at the last minute. We're on flaps 3, so I'm just going to continue on this vector and retune for like 60 at the end, because at this point I'm actually going to hit the ground right there. So with 6 they should have enough margin to go on for a while. Also, the runway is actually relatively long, especially for Cessna, so I am not that concerned about energy errors. So right, I think it's time to start turning in. And we're actually a bit high in energy there, which is interesting. I didn't think I am. But perhaps I am, actually. Now that we're like speeding up to 100 on flat 3, which should have completely broken the darn thing. And look at that. That's actually a pretty good final turn. Okay, time for the speed shedding. Looking pretty good. I'm tracking. That's a lot of wind if I'm reading things correctly. Right, random crosswind landing right in the middle of this rescue. Good job. And perfectly on the center line even. Right, I don't think there's a taxi base around here, so I'm just going to put it on the edge of the runway. Oh, there we have one. I'm just going to put it on that, and we call it a day. Right, past the whole short line. And we're going to brake right here. Right, that's a mission success. We took off from here, went to Nandi Hill, had to cheat for 1,000 feet to get back here, but we got back here safely and without a single thing breaking.